Hi and welcome to another section of Jeff the Master Barber. On this edition, I'm going to show you how I do my low fade on this guy, on this haircut. And yeah, we're starting with the Bolden. It is the Magic Clip body, but then I switched the blade and I put the Bolden. Even though it has the level on the side, I don't use it at all. I keep it close, the level at all times. So right now we're just cleaning like what we would do either if you have a GTX or a detailer or a TL liner or Andy Slimline. This is where you use it at. So you notice this blade is twice wide as the comparing it to the GTX and the detailer. That is double the size. So which means with the blade and the body being a Magic Clip, it makes it a lot faster and smoother to clean the lower parts. You know what I mean? Like, it's definitely save you some time. Right now we're going to the Magic Clip, and you can tell that this one is the Magic Clip because the blade, definitely you can see that I could adjust the blade, and we just put it less than half. And if you notice, we're gonna make that level. Not that we want to make a level, but it's gonna make a level regardless. And we want to make it make sure that it's around there. Right now we're using the 1/16. We open the level and we're gonna erase that line that the half did. And notice my stroke is just still small, and it's right there where the line was of the half. And like I said, we're using the 1/16. Now we're using the 1/8, which is the one level open, and we're gonna pass it exactly with a 1/16 left another line. We're gonna right there. See what I'm saying? It's gonna, and notice my stroke is just a little bit longer. The stroke. Notice I'm always using the brush. The brush help you to put the hair back in place and let you know how much shadow or line you still have. And as you could tell, I'm still passing it, still passing the brush. I closed the level a little bit, and but it's not safe. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get guard number 2, clip number 2, and we're gonna pass it exactly in that area with the 1/8 left that shadow. And notice how the hair, you see every time I brush it, it kind of falls into place, and it brings some bulkiness or some shadow. So we're gonna pass it right there, right? We're gonna pass it right there. We're gonna continue passing it. So right there. All right, and then we're gonna continue. We open the level. It's 2. It's 2. It's 2, and we're still passing it in that area, as you could tell. All right. We're still passing it, and we're gonna pass now the 1/16. We switched the guard. We're gonna pass the 1/16. We're gonna pass it in that area that I just pointed, which is that be the area of the with the half and 1. When I pass it, and now I close the level. That's the 1/16 completely closed, level closed, and we're gonna pass it right there where I'm passing it. And you see that the line is actually starting to disappear. Then I open the level and I use the corners. The reason why I use the corners is to tackle those spots. See that corner? I use those spots right there. You see what I'm saying? I go from the back, still using the close lever. Use a corner. Now I took the lever down completely, and I close it. And now I'll go in top of the line where the Bolden. Actually, I use the Magic Clip, and I close the lever, and I pass it where the line the Bolden did, right? And I'm passing it around there, and still brushing it. I make sure that it is completely now closed, and I pass it again. Keep passing it. Now, right here, I'm just showing a close-up look of how scissors overcome, how I grab the hair. You see the way how I grab the hair. The reason why I did it close like that is because my hat was in the way, so I kind of zoom it in, so that way you won't see my hat and focus more how I grab the hair, kind of like I lift it up. See, now you can see it look, you could still see my hat, but yeah. So with the scissors over comb, it's easy because you have a control, especially with his type of hair. You have that control to. So we using the big teeth, as you could tell. The reason why I use the big teeth is to grab the volume when it has a lot of volume, especially on the top part, like right there. See that shadow right there? I try to start really nice and tight, and as I keep going up, then I lift it up. Right now we're using the electric shaver broom series 9. I know, I'm sure you guys know how to pronounce it better than me, but it's just my accent. I speak Spanish, so it's kind of difficult to me. But in the meanwhile, if you have a wall 5-star shaver or Andy slimline, the Andy shaver, electric shaver. But yeah, you can find this shaver if you live in United States. You can find it in Best Buy. Usually they have it in sale for the lowest as $240, but full price is I think $300. But it's worth every penny. Even if it's $300, still worth every penny, because you feel the quality, you feel the everything what it does between just put it in the station and start charging, cleaning itself, etc. It's worth it. Right now I'm using the GTX, and notice he has a funky weight of forehead, so you gotta figure out how to do the box out. This is the way that he likes it, and so we make it like that. We lift it up, and then we're gonna comb the hair later on, and we're gonna cut it with the scissors on the front to basically have like a double box out. But in the meanwhile, we back to do the other side. We're going to the other side right now, and we're doing exactly what we did in the other side, which is use either the GTX or the detailer or the Andy slimline, all the Bolden, which I'm using right now. Notice how every time I clean around the ears, I always put the ear down. See, now we're using the half. All right. And we're gonna make that level right there with the half. You can see it is maybe like a half an inch or an inch, whatever you may see it, that height right there. Notice how since we started low, you see the levels. So once you erase those lines, see, now we jump into the 116, and my stroke is kind of, you know what I mean, in between, but it stayed right in that where the line is. Now I'm using the 1 or 1/8, and the 116 made the line, so we're gonna stay right in with a shadow or the line that the 116 made, as you could tell. And yeah, right there in that section, there's some shadows right there. Notice how I brush it. It's important that you brush it. If you don't have a brush, use a comb. If you don't have a comb, trying to find some type of little brush that you could put the hair in place when you cut it. Not only that, to clean what you already cut. All right, so right now we're still passing still number 1 or 1/8 level open, semi-open, and I'm passing it. Notice the stroke. Always the stroke is very important. What I mean by stroke is the way how I go open down, and when I go basically up, when I'm almost up, kind of like lift it away, you know what I mean, because you don't want to push it in, you know what I mean. If you push it in, you're gonna raise the fade, or in this case the low fade, and it's gonna turn into a high fade instead of a low fade. The front, notice how it stay a little darker. That's the style that a lot of people are doing it more right now. It's been for a minute that they've been doing it, for a while, but right now it's starting to become more popular. So as you can tell, it is so that way between that and the low fade, and that part in the back being low, that's what makes it really low fade, you know what I mean. Right now we were using the guard number 2, And now we're gonna be using guard the 116 again, level open, and we're gonna pass it in that area. The areas that I'm passing is because I see either some spot, some lines, or shadow. I close the level at this point because he was not grabbing. So, and then I'm going in that area. I'm using the corners too. It's very important to use the corners because with the corner of the blade, you could grab only what you need to. You don't need to sacrifice using the whole blade. Always fix the head so you can see it and it be comfortable for you. You know what I mean? Right now we're using the half magic clip half, and then I close a little bit, and just where we pass the bolding, then make that line, we're gonna take it off with the magic clip level close all the way down. Then I open a little bit, and right where that line the magic clip made with the level close, by opening it just a little bit, we're gonna take it with it too, you know, in the back right there, and you can see the little line right there. And yeah, we're using the corner right here, level close, magic clip. Then after that, if you want, like I say, if you have a shaver, electric shaver like the Wall or the Andes or whatever shaver you got, no Lyrical or whatever, you could use that. You know what I mean? I always say, my way is not the only way. There's many different ways. I respect everybody's way. I'm doing this for in case you want to try something new, or maybe you saw in a certain way that I did it and you want to put it into practice and see how you like it, and if it works. That's exactly how I do it. I do like to repeat myself because I do have 4,500 subscribers every month subscribing, so I want to make sure that everybody get the message and whatnot. So thank you for the 55,000 subscribers. I want to give big time. This is all possible because of God and you guys, and I hope that is worth it. Not just worth it, but like that you could get definitely something out of it. You know what I mean? Whether it be a new technique, whether it be a new way of the way, something that I did differently that you don't do and you tried and worked out. So hope that definitely you could get something out of it. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, right now we're using the magic clip. As you could tell, we are using the level open. All right. And we working, still doing the little details, and those details is what's gonna make the difference. You know what I mean? Believe it or not, right there, there's a little shadow right there that is bugging me, and so I'm using the corner, as you could tell too. Same thing, we're gonna be using the GTX on this corner, and like I said, his box out is really funky. So you know, not funky, but like his hairline is very funky, so I had to find not funky, but like what I'm trying to say is it's kind of weird, so I gotta do like a double shape up. What I mean by that, later on I will explain, but until now we working in the back, try to do exactly what we did in the side on the sides. We're gonna do in the back. We were with the half, now with the magic clip 1 1/8. all right, and open level right now, and we're passing it right there where the shadow is. Now we close the lever, okay, and we keep passing it. All right, I'm also doing these videos in Spanish, just in case if you don't understand my English, you could go and you speak Spanish and you understand more Spanish than English. I also do these videos in Spanish. I'm using guard number 2 now. On this one, I think they call it different. The Speed Zero guide, they call it the zero. So we keep note of the stroke. Like I always say, when you put a bigger guard, the stroke is a little bigger. The stroke is the up and down. Right there, you notice right there, I'm passing it. Okay. Then right there, there's gonna be a line that I see. You see, and it disappeared. Right. I saw it and it went away. And that was with the half. And now we're using the one right there and using the corners to take those shadow right there. Then I'm gonna use the technique, the oyster, the scissors over comb. In this case, I'm using the oysters. You can find them at Sally's Beauty Supply or Amazon. And there's a bunch of million different type and different style. And many are gonna say, no, you know, I do it like this, I do it wet, I do it the other way, or you know, vice versa. Just like I say, I don't claim that my way is the only way. So don't claim that the correct way or not correct way to do. You know what I mean? Don't correct me if I'm not correcting you. I'm just trying to teach what I know, what is working. This is Bone Pro, the shaving gel. I put it on him, and now we got him laying down. We're starting to we're gonna start boxing out his box out his forehead. We're gonna you know, and like I say, like I was telling earlier, he has a weird his hair and the forehead is weird, so we have to do like a double box out. First like an under box out, and then when we put the long hairs forward, we're gonna again do another box out, but it's gonna be almost matching up to the one in the bottom, just so it could have the perfect detail. Right here, you notice, you see how I did the box out? It came out good. Notice I didn't use no GTX or trimmer to shape it up, because I've been doing it for a while, so I already know exactly how he wants his beard, and I know the way, the fastest and sharper way that I'm gonna be able to take out the beard or make the beard like this is like, I call it freestyle, free-handed. You know what I mean? With the blade, just, you know what I mean. Make sure you put the blade, a brand new blade. Make sure you put the cream. The cream, it activate. It's like a mantle, and it will definitely will act like a black mask, except that it's not black. It's see-through. And it makes the skin really nice and tight. So when you pass in the blade, if a person is gets irritated skin or irritation, with this cream it won't even that happen, because it protected. It's like a I don't know how to explain, and I normally know how to explain stuff. But yeah, the point is, it's a really great cream, shaving cream. It smells like winter fresh, and it definitely keep the skin tight. It protect it. The blade glides really nice. And then after a while, when after a couple of minutes of being kind of dry, when you're gonna see that it's gonna start like that power. It's gonna make like a one line when you scrape the box out. See how I'm doing it? It's gonna make like a line, a white line, and I like that because in a sense it makes me know not to push back and to maintain. See, like right now I'm trying not to push back at all, keep it natural, and the more I see that white line, it's like a defense line, and so you see, and there's no hair there, but notice, just because there's no hair there, I got my startup line, then I work my way right there. You know what I mean? Until I go up, and you see with the line right there. See, and there's no hair there, but with the line, with the shaving cream dried up, it give me like a virtual line, like if it has hairline. Then after that, you know, you could definitely take it off with alcohol. But once you take it off, when you look close to the mirror, when he look close to the mirror, he's gonna see the detail is still there, even though he don't have the hair. But for me, since I'm working and I want to make sure that I can see what I'm doing, what kind of shape I'm doing in the beard, this cream works excellent. And like I say, the cream, every time you pass the blade, it feels really like cool, you know. It feels like an ice cube. Notice how my left hand, I was holding the, you know, like the stretching the skin, you know, my two fingers pulling the skin down, that just to stretch the skin, you know what I mean. And always notice too, that I shave first, I shave from up down, and now bottom up, and then see, from bottom up. You don't want to go bottom up first, because then you will pull the hair from the root, and then it will start bleeding. So you gotta definitely cut little by little. Basically, is what the meaning is. You know what I mean? You can always cut later, more later, but don't cut a bunch right away. Don't force it. And yeah, look every angle possible. You know what I mean? With when the eyebrows at top, just to clean a little bit at top. And yeah, notice how I always use the combs also with the left hand to scrape anything or brush anything. Then we go under. You see the eyelids, just stretch with the left thumb, stretch the eyelids. And you know, look, my left arm always stretching the skin, you see. And even though I already passed there, I go over and over and over. I just make sure nice, and I don't put pressure. I do it nice and gentle, see. And then I look out for the little corners, then right there too. Now I get the magic clip and close to the level, and then what I do, I'm gonna groom it out. This little hairs, they're gonna stick out. In this angle you cannot see it, only in the other side, which later on I'm gonna show. But from this angle, see, I was passing, and you see the hair is right here. Look, this is what I'm saying right here. You see that hair? That's what means grooming it out. You see how it's coming a lot sharper and better. So I go right on top like that. The way you see the blade, how it's gliding on top of the hair. That's what I'm trying to say right there. And I do a nice gentle. Right now I'm putting. This is what I'm saying. I was saying earlier that his box out is gonna be weird, and it's kind of funky. Not funky, but weird. I put the gel first back, and then we're gonna. He always comb his hair forward. So I did it back so I could make sure all the gel gets integrated really good. It penetrates really good. And then I get the combs, and then I brush it. Comb it forward, right, like this, just like I'm doing right now. And I move it forward like that, right? And then I make sure that the gel in the front, the hair in the front, I stretch it out and it's nice and flat. And then I'm gonna show you what I mean that I do like a double box out. So what I do is, see the scissors? I grab the scissors and I start cutting it like that to make it kind of straight, but keep the natural look, you know. And then I corner again down, and I keep with my scissors until it kind of becomes just a little bit really nice and straight. Look at from this angle right here, this corner. Then the hair, I make sure I brush it down so that way, see, it goes with the flow. There's no line. It's nice and perfect. Then I get the clipper and I get that little corner right there. The clipper, the trimmer. And then same thing, exactly what I did in the other side, I do to this side, and vice versa, right there in that corner, right there and right there. And then the eyebrows, I pass it one more time, and I'm gonna pass everything one more touch. Look, always behind the ears. Notice how I stretch the skin in that part, even though he don't got hair. It's just so that way exactly you can see the style that he wants or that he's going through. That part right there, he got a mole, so it may look like a piece of hair that I have to cut, but it's not. It's a mole. And right here, the same thing. Notice how you don't have to press the blade or the razor in order to make it sharper. Same thing. Look at how nice and crispy the line right here. Look, you don't have definition, but watch now. See, now it has definition. And even though you could wipe it off and it's not gonna be there, it just, once again, it's just the detail is gonna be still there regardless if you don't have no hair. This is before the haircut. This is how it looks before the haircut. You see, you know, no style. It's just kind of like scruffy and whatnot. But everybody that gets a haircut is obviously gonna be most of the time scruffy. But yeah, he asked me always for the low tie fade and with the beard, and this is the after, and this is how it looks. You know what I mean? Right here, this is how it looks. So yeah, but I hope look at the beard, you know what I mean, look at how we came out nice and straight. Yeah, just try to do it the best way that you can, or try to whatever you're trying to do it the best that you can with your ability. And if you already know, you know what I mean, don't worry. But thank you and tuning in to Jeff the Master Barber. God bless. Thanks.